Alrighty, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. We are on. Hello, everyone. Cool. Right then, we'll just get into this. I'm just going to share it in a couple of places and then we'll get right on with the game. What I will do is I will share it to a couple of the Facebook groups as normal, and then we will go from there. We are against basically a swarm. Sinker, 1, 2, 3 golds, and Luminara, and I'm playing something new today, so let's see how this goes. My opponent is playing on the left. I need to remember this. So, right, 2 bits. Let me just get this shared, and then we will go from there. Right. Just while I'm getting this all shared up and copied, I've decided I'm not going to play the Fangs today. I want to test out something new. This list has been doing the rounds for a little while, and I wanted to give it a try because I really enjoyed Kylo in 1.0, and yeah. Testing some new lists. Right, copy that, paste that. Right, so we got it in Minox. You'll notice from the asteroids, I'm playing against the swarm, so I put my 2 rocks in my standard anti-swarm formation. This is why I take the big rocks, because you can counter the swarms. We'll see if this makes any difference. It should do. It's basically going to make his life a living misery when he tries to turn in, hopefully anyway. We'll see what we can do. Right, so he's going there. Right, what else we gotta do it? Warlord Harlequin's working. Nova will do, and then we'll do it in a few others. Okay, paste there. Right, so that asteroid's over there. This one is going to go. Where's his? Oh, there. We've got the gas clouds. Right, I don't want him playing with the gas clouds really, so I'll try and make his life a little bit annoying. Put that there, and then he's probably going to put that dead center, I imagine. Or at least I would if I was playing with a swarm. Rock tactics here. I mean, I know a lot of players don't think about rocks too much when you start off the game. I think that is your first step that you want to take if you actually want to start getting good at a game of X-Wing, is you need to have like your turn 0. By turn 0, I mean where you put your asteroids, where you deploy your ships. It's always good to have a plan. I say that with this is the first time that I've ever flown these ships, so I have no idea what I'm doing. I do have an idea what I'm doing. I mean, I flew Kylo and Quick Draw a lot in 1.0, and instead of having a little blocker, I now get a big blocker. I get Tavson to play with. Quick Draw is not as good as he was in 1.0, but I've gone for the budget Quick Draw. If we have a look at the lists here, if I just get the TTT up so that we can see it. Right, there we go, and we'll just chuck that in this chat as well, wherever it is. There it is. Yeah, so if you have a look at my list, there we go, he's setting up a nice block over there. Right, let's stall for a little bit. So, big fat shuttle is going to go over there. It's got lots of options to turn corners later. Quick Draw and Kylo can go down later. I get to see where he goes. Right then, so let's do this. Right, why is that there? Go away. Yes, I definitely want to get rid of that. Cool. Okay then. So if we have a look at my lists, you've got over here, you've got Quick Draw, you've got Tavson, you've got Kylo. Tavson is on the table. He is everyone's favourite shuttle and needs no extras. Because of his inbuilt ability, for those of you that don't know, Lieutenant Tavson, whenever he gets shot and takes a damage, that includes shields, not just damage cards, he gets to do an action as long as he's got charges. Those charges regenerate once a turn. If he takes 2 damage, he can do 2 actions. Really, really nice. It's a very, very good thing. He's basically a massive cannon He just points at things and hurts them really bad. Then you have quick draw. Quick draw is basically the same. And then finally you have Kylo. Now Kylo, in this list, he just has hate. I don't think he needs much else. What hate does in this list is it really allows Kylo to make the most of his force. He can just swan around. If he takes a shot, then he can spend his force defensively, make sure he doesn't take too much damage. And yeah, just generally a bit annoying. I think you'll see me target locking a lot as his main action, because that just means that he can use his force offensively. The only time I'm not going to be using my force offensively is when I'm actually in someone's arc. And alright, let's get this thing rolling. So looking at my opponent's list here, we will see Sinker, who is the core of that list. You'll also see Luminara. I'm not entirely sure how good this list is going to be. I've seen some of you that play in the UK may have seen Kylo Turley play this. It's a little bit scary, not gonna lie. Yeah, we'll see. I think the real kicker for the little torrents over there is that with the reliability that they have with Sinker on the board, it's quite a lot of damage that could possibly come my direction. Yeah, I don't really want to get caught out by these things, so with that in mind I'm going to do my damnedest to mess him around. Basically, he works best if he can just straight up joust things, stick in his formation. I don't want to let him do that. Ideally, I want him to split up his formation. If Sinker comes out of... basically, if he's in his side arcs of Sinker over here, he gets rerolls. Tempests are supposed to be bad. Yeah, everyone says that, and then they come up against a squad of like 4 of them. Yeah, torrents. So, Kylo Turley, he did very well at the UKTC. I believe him and Fishy came 3rd. So, his list was, instead of Luminara, he had a second arc. But he had Sinker, a second arc, and 4 torrents, which is a lot of firing arc. You've got a lot of space to get out of the way of. It's pretty effective. It's pretty scary. But, I don't know, I like this version a lot. I think having a Jedi in there, really effective. He's on 198. I feel like having a Ahsoka in there would be quite nice. They're as good as you know what it's supposed to do. Yeah, I like them. They're like mini B-Wings. Yeah, we'll see. So at the moment, I'm doing my standard stall here. Basically, the way that this is going to go is that these guys are going to joust. This is my ace in the hole, if you like. He is the end game piece, so I need to keep Kylo alive. 25 points for a torrent is a pretty good ship, but you got to be careful. I mean, they're comparable to TIE fighters. I think they're about as survivable. 5 health and 2 agility dice, probably a little bit more survivable than the TIE fighter, which is why they're a little bit more points. It's harder to get use out of Sinker than it is to get use out of Howrunner, because he is just generally more difficult. I'm really curious to see how good Shepard is at flying these. I think it's going to be a really fun game to see if someone can get a lot of use out of Sinker. Because I'm not going to lie, if I end up in front of him, I am so dead. It's not going to go well. It's not going to go well at all. But we'll see. I get the impression that he's going to try and catch Kylo here. So, Tavson just goes slow, sitting in a corner, enjoying himself, having a good time. As you can see from my dials, Quick Draw is going to do exactly the same thing, so I have the option of staying still next turn. So I'm playing the stall game. I want him to commit. We'll see how that goes. So, okay, looks like he's taking the Kylo bait. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, I think if I can get him to chase Kylo here, and this is the danger of this list, if you're playing against it, bear this in mind. If I can get him to chase Kylo, he gets hit in the back by both Quickdraw and Tavson. And you don't want to joust them, but you don't want to let them flank you. If I'm Shepherd here, I would slowly back into the middle of the board and see if I can get someone to commit. As it is, let's just do some more stalling tactics with Kylo. Just threaten him a bit, so I'm going to roll up the board there. Do I want to stress myself? I don't really want to get further than that. I'm just going to leave myself there. It gives me options for next turn. Quick Draw is going to... Oh, so... yeah, this is why I said practice your openings. Because Quick Draw just flew off the board. So, there we go. That was clever. I just assumed the hard 2 would fit because I haven't tested it. I mean, yeah, this is why you make openings. So I'll make that a hard 1, and Quick Draw, stay where he is. He is now stressed, so we can't do that again. So Pink Viking, missed the start. You may have said that, but what made you play the list? So there's a couple of people talking about it. Yeah. I looked at the dial, thought, oh, the hard 2 will be fine because I don't want to get stressed. This is why you just put your ships on the kitchen table. Practice moving them. Also, if Tavson was set up at the edge of range 1, it would have worked. So that's just a note for later. Remember that. So yeah, there we go. Mistakes were made. Get the states out early. Yeah, I've seen Tavson around a lot, and I think these are the 3 best pilots in the First Order. In replying to Pink Viking here, the damage output, the damage potential, if you like, for Tavson and for Quick Draw is massive. It's really, really, really big. I think if you can leverage that effectively, then you have a really strong end game with whoever you can get there. And yeah, I know, cheating already. Yeah, this is why I play one list to death for like 6 months and then don't try anything else, because I forget how to fly other things. Like I forgot the fact that Quick Draw doesn't have a white hard 1 in 2.0, which I thought he did because they thought they made his dial better. Turns out, didn't make the dial better. Don't fly ships off the board, it's a bad idea. Hard 3 white, not hard 1. Anyway, I wonder, would a 1 bank crash? I think it would. Because I'd like Towson to be at the back. Yeah, see, this is the thing with testing your openings. I feel like a 1 bank would have been absolutely fine there. Probably. Anyway. Apart from that, this should be quite interesting. I mean, this is a game that I'm quite curious to see how it goes, because we're both jousty lists, if you like. The difference is that Kylo has the end game. I feel like if I set up a straight joust with Singer and all of his buddies, I'm going to lose. However, if I can get get a rock in the way, come in on the side a little bit, then I think I can... There we go, this is what I was expecting. I was hoping for this. So if he turns in with everything towards these guys, then Kylo gets the good flank on. I do still have to be careful of the rear arc here. What do I think of the Republic as a faction? The Republic's really good. Like, it's... I still think the CIS is better, but that's because people don't understand how terrifying droids are yet. A lot of them aren't trying the absolute nonsense that is all of the energy shell charge droids, plus Maul as a monster. But I think Republic is really good. I like the 2 Jedi plus mechanic. My personal favourite is 2 Jedi and Wolf. I don't think they're as good as some of the other factions yet, but there's time for that. Like, there's definitely time for that. Right, so I don't have a barrel roll, I can't coordinate, so I suppose what actions does this shuttle have? I have a reinforce, that's amazing. I love this ship, it's really good. Cool, so we'll just take a focus and stay there. Right. Does it have a 4 forwards? It does not, it only has a 3. Oh well, I'm going through the asteroid next turn. Alternatively, I could stop. I think a stop might mess him up. Maybe, we'll see. But yeah, I like Republic. Republic is good. It's fun to fly. I've flown it a couple of times. I'm mildly terrified of what the Hyena bombers are going to do, but I'm really excited for the Naboo Starfighter. I feel like, apart from the two dice primary, that could be my kind of ship. It really likes going fast. It's got some good stuff there. Yeah. See how it goes. While we're waiting, we might as well get this to... where are we? Let's get this on Scum and Villainy as well. Did I put it on Nova? Probably. Dunk. This is how you slow down an arc. Scum and Villainy. By the way, guys, if you haven't seen it already and you're listening in the States, you guys should totally look at the crowdfunding thing that they just set up for the XTC, the Team Championships in Poland, because it looks really cool. Also, I'm captain of Team England, so you should totally come. Not that I'm biased at all, totally biased. But yeah, it's really cool that the Yanks are coming along. It's really good to see, because it's been so long since we've seen some Americans over at European competitions. That'd be awesome. Right, Kylo, 2 forwards. We will do a boosty thing, and then we'll barrel roll with auto thrusters, because auto thrusters is amazing. And we barrel roll this way, because then we're not threatened by all of these lovely people around the rock. And then Quick Draw decides he's going to go a bit faster. Come on, keep up. There we go, Quick Draw goes over there. I think... I want to see if I can get some distance. I'm not sure if this roll fits, but we'll try it anyway. Yes. There we go, get a bit of space. Cool. Alright then. Let's see what we can do now. So, I feel like I just want to go 1 forwards with Towson here. So this is going to be an exercise in just what these clouds can do. More with Grievous Crew, Dooku Crew and Hate is BS. I mean, yes, it's very good, and then you can put it with 5 vultures. Yeah, 5 energy shell vultures is really good. People have forgotten how to fly against swarms. It's insane. Upsilons But hyenas, the new plasma torpedoes. Yeah, the hyenas are pretty tasty. Dooku Crew is really good in defense. I think if you use him as a defense monkey instead of a offense monkey. You just basically you get to C3PO every time with hate, and you just say, "Cool, I take 2 damage." Nope, I take 1. You guarantee that evade every single time, and you just make sure you stay on full force. It's pretty good. Is it 9 points? Unsure. I think if you're careful, it is. Yeah, that is the separatist list. I think is that's the best list out of the present new factions. I think the one that tucks in close behind is the 2 Jedi and 2 Torrents. People seem to be doing really well with that. I still prefer Wolf, but you know. Right, so things to do. This is, as I was saying, this is going to be a lesson in how you use these gas clouds effectively. Hopefully you can see here from the range, if I do a 1 forwards with Tavson, and then what's going to happen is the corner of my base is just going to be tucked inside this debris cloud here. What that means is that every single ship that shoots at Tavson is going to have an evade against him. So Tavson gets a free evade on his +1 dice. Essentially, I just take 1 away from my enemy's attack rolls because there is a debris cloud there. Sorry, not a debris cloud, a gas cloud. Basically, and this is a message to all of you pilots out there, I don't think you should be taking debris clouds. There we go. That's my 5 cents. I think they are easy mode, and if you want to get better at flying, you should just fly with the big rocks and make your opponent cry because he's very bad at flying around them. I don't know, like, I just think the debris clouds are always going to work against you. That's just my 2 cents. Like that, it meant I didn't have to come out of that corner because I've got that there. So I reckon he's going to 1 bank everything. Probably. I mean, he might just 2 forwards barrel roll, but I think he's going to 1 bank everything. Oh, nice. Yeah, I do mean the gas cloud, not debris clouds. Sorry. I said the wrong the bacony things floating around the board. Right then. So the interesting thing here is that Sinker basically has to completely ignore Sinker to get his side shots off has to go forwards here. So Tavson ends up there, he gets the gas cloud, doesn't get an action but he gets gas cloud. So the ship that really wants the shot now has defense from the gas cloud, which means he's going to shoot quick draw, which is probably good for me. I say probably, I mean quick draw doesn't really want to be taking all of these shots, but he's going to have to. Yeah, there he goes. So Sinker, to be fair, has kept all of the arcs on the side, but at this point he's splitting his fire. So we'll see what he decides to do. Has he got the network computer on Sinker? No, he doesn't. See, I think I probably would have run this list on 200 and had the network thingy on Sinker, but yeah. Gas cloud are too good. I mean, with the network calculations, it's really, really good. Network calculations is an amazing upgrade. It's like MindLink on steroids. Now, where's Luminara going? Where is Luminara going? Okay. Now the question is, who do I kill here? Who do I kill? If Luminara is around in the end game, then that's fine. She gets killed by Kylo. Double Infiltrator and TIE Swarm, unless I take gas clouds with. Again, I think with the TIE Swarm you don't want to take gas clouds because you have 2 agility dice, and if your opponent hides behind them, that's a bad thing. I would take debris clouds with the TIEs, as opposed to the gas clouds. But again, that's just preference. I don't like giving my opponent too many advantages. Also against phantoms. Phantoms don't like the stress as much, so I take debris or the big rocks. I can see why gas clouds have a place, but don't land on the rocks. Okay, right then. So we are going to, yeah, I think that's fine. Lock sinker and then do the boosty thing, because I don't think that's going to get shot. So it keeps the stress, carries on around the corner. Whee. Lovely. Right, let's do it. Quick draw, just as a lazy one bank. I don't think I can realistically take anything else but a focus here, so I'm going to focus and stay there. And see what he rolls for defense. I want a target lock, but there's no sense target locking these little things. Okay. So it depends who he shoots here. I feel like he's going to shoot quick draw. He's only going to get 3 2-dice shots. Should be okay. Quick draw is going to shoot the guy at the front because I want him to spend his focus. What's Sinker's range? Let's just read the card. Range 1 to 2, so every single ship in a side arc is going to get a shot. 3v2 into the one at the front. Let's see what we can do. There we go, not bad. Yeah, at this point, this isn't going to be a turn where I do a load of damage. This is just going to be trying to blink, and if I can get him to spend his focus, then fantastic. What's the B-22? Not sure what the B-22 is. Oh, is that the resistant shuttle? So we've taken a damage on this guy, number 2, so damage that. Kylo into sinker, says range 2, 3 dice against 1, and I guess I will spend both force. That's not terrible. Not terrible at all. Yeah, at this point, Kylo isn't getting shot. He's not in that much danger. Very happy to spend force. 2 damage. I'll take that. Right, Luminara. I think Luminara's out. Annoyingly, Tavson only gets actions after he shoots this time. Curious times. Let's see what he's got. Right, Sinker's down 2 shields. I think Sinker has to be the target here. Oh, the Bulblab. I really like the Bulblab. Good old Bulbasaur. But, and it's a big but. It's like the Beyonce of butts. Only with Grievous. I think it's going to have to be Sinker. 4v3, he gets the 3 evade, but everyone gets a 3 evade. Yeah, he's safe. It's worth a shot. Whee! Yeah, that could have done some damage. Basically, Sinker needs to die, and then I can start popping torrents. A lot is going to depend on how much damage Quick Draw takes here. If he comes in hard, I mean, Quick Draw isn't the happiest. Yeah, agree. This was one of the reasons why I wanted to test it, Jay. I've been really curious about it. It's got enough jousting threat that people will ignore Kylo until the end game. I would really like to fit a torpedo on Kylo, but you just can't do it. The other one I was considering doing was, instead of taking quick draw, you can fit Kylo, Blackout and Towson, and that is really interesting. Ooh, he's shooting Towson. Okay. Sure. That's fun. Really tempted to, because this is the thing, when I take a damage, I can take a focus, which is amazing, and then I can take a jam and jam off one of the focuses on one of the other guys. So if he shoots me with 3 and manages to get a damage through, I can just jam off the focus on one of these 2 guys. Oh no, is jam now range 1? Jam's now range 1, isn't it? Is it range 2 in arc? And I need to actually read the rules on jam. Jeez. Let's go do that. Anyone in chat want to enlighten me for the rules of jam? Because I can't remember. Haven't used it in forever. Don't know if it's just range 1 anymore. Let's look this up. I think it's just... I mean, really, he should be shooting quick draw here. Like, it's the perfect range to shoot quick draw. Yeah, it is range 1. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Kylo and 2 Upsilon's interesting. I'm not sure if it's better than quick draw or not. I mean, quick draw's better at turning round. Yeah, there we go, shooting quick draw. 3 dice. Perfect, we spend that focus. Thank you very much. I mean, I considered not spending the focus, but meh. Yeah, Metawing is a good resource, but yeah. Oh yeah, quick draw does just die, but he's got fanatical. 2v3. Quick draw takes a shield. Revenge. Let's just check who's shot. 2 hasn't shot. So 3 shot, 4 shot. Okay. Again. Hey, we like subs. Thank you for subs. Well, not actually give me any money, but... Doop-a-doop. Ah, I shouldn't have spent the focus. Damn. I mean, I totally should have spent the focus. I didn't want to take all my shields. Sometimes it's just not your break. He should get another 2 hits here. I mean, he's in reroll range. I would like to not take all of my shields. That would be nice. Oh, okay then, that happened. Hey ho. Hey. Someone had to end up in front of the swarm. I mean, I don't. I'm just going to put that out there. Harpoon gunboats were not fun. Like, that's... there is no downside to the slam action. Also, this is the reason why you... Hey, thanks, Jasper. This is the reason why you need to get rid of Sinker. Because no matter what happens in terms of him rolling natural 2 hits, what should have happened there is you should have got 2 hits on every single ship, because he had a reroll and he had a focus. That's the average. You expect 2 hits. It's just like how I run it. So, yeah, he did a really good shout of going there. I wasn't expecting him to. So, yeah, good call. This is when... hopefully we can do some shenanigans with quick draw. Kind of too, yeah, I mean it's hard to get the most out of quick draw with the present meta. I mean, if I had expertise there, then quick draw would have done more damage. Fanatical is now active though, so even though I don't have double taps, he's a bit of a tank. Yeah. is interesting as a concept. I think Tavson is just going to have to crash into things here. I mean, I'm not sure where I'm expecting Sinker to go, if I'm honest. I don't think he can get out of Tavson range. So I think Tavson just does a 1 forwards. Ideally, I don't want to get blocked, so I can do a couple of things. If I'm expecting all of those torrents to... I'm kind of expecting all the torrents to turn into quick draw. If he ignores quick draw, then that's fine and rosy, but I'm not expecting him to ignore quick draw. What's the best play here? The best play with quick draw might actually be to do a hard 2. Let's do them in initiative order. This is something that's really useful for you guys if you're thinking about like activating your ships. Always go from the lowest initiative upwards, because you think about the fact torrents move first, so torrents have 2 likely moves. First one is up here, second one down towards Tavson. If they're going to go up towards quick draw, then the likelihood they are going to either move and barrel roll, and this guy is in a perfect position to block 3 banks, so I think that's probably a bad move from quick draw. Looking at the options from him, he could also do a K turn. Now let me find a torrent dial. They have 4K, and that would fit. I'm really thinking the hard 2 from quick draw here, because if he turns in, then the hard 2 can get out. If he does a bank move, then if I hard 2 and roll, I can actually get around. I don't know, like maybe a hard 2 away. Or do I just sloop? I can see him blocking that. That's the problem here. The 3 bank is nice because I can 3 bank and then I can sloop. If he does block it, then he blocks it, and then I still get shots, I suppose. A 1 forwards might just get me shot by everything. So I feel like this is the issue with this kind of list. Previous quick draw would just crash and not care about actions. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. I think maybe it would have been wiser to not take quick draw's revenge shot immediately there, and maybe try and threaten him shooting Tavson. Because as soon as I take quick draw's revenge shot, he shoots everything into draw. If I threaten the revenge shot with the fanatical still up, then might work. I don't know. Many options. Right, Kylo. Kylo is probably the easiest of the bunch. I just have to watch out for being blocked by Luminara. So I need to make the decision of whether I go for Sinker or not. And I think the sensible decision is to go for Sinker. Now, if I do a 2 forwards, I should still be able to get him. And I've still got a target lock, so I think that is probably the correct play. Let's just make sure his force is back up to where it should be. So 2 forwards there. I don't think he's going to expect it. If I do the 3, I think it takes me too far forwards. So let's do the 2 forwards. There we go. 1 bank, 3 bank. Quick draw is still the unknown here. I am unsure on the draw. What are my options? Too hard. Not the best. Puts me in front of the entire thing. 3 bank gets me out. 3 sloop is a good option because it keeps my forward guns firing. I've got fanatical for focuses. Don't have a lock at the moment, but that's fine. Does it get me blocked? It only gets me blocked if I go the wrong way. And then I'm still facing forwards. I'm just stressed next turn, which isn't ideal because I can't turn around. 4 or 5 forwards might also be a good call, but then I'll get blocked by this guy. I'm gonna do the sloop. Let's keep quick draw being aggressive, because I can always bank back in next turn if I need to. Nah, evades are good. Okay, let's do it. See where he goes. If he decides to turn in quick draw, then Tabson is going to hurt him a lot. I'm okay with trading quick draw for sinker, I think. Hey, there he goes. Should have slooped. Yeah, I'm okay with trading quick draw for sinker. Right then. Looks like we're going to have some fun. Should have gone faster. Oh well. I might be able to just nuke Luminara here. We'll see. Okay. So, doot doot donk. Shuttle is operating as a speed bump. That's absolutely fine. Sinker will do damage to me. I will take a target lock and punch him in the nose. Because that's what that shuttle does. If he does 2 damage to me, then I can take a target lock and a focus and punch Sinker in the nose. There we go. So, Kylo's going to get up close and personal with his behind. Yeah, I get the gas cloud for cover with the rear turret, which is really nice. So, now this is why Kylo didn't do a 2-bank. Now the question is, where is Lumi going? Because a 2 forward, a barrel backwards and a boost will get me a rear arc. I mean, I'll get shot back, but it'll get me a shot on Sinker. That was a really dumb move from Luminara. I mean, I say dumb, it might have actually blocked me, in which case it's genius, but it doesn't really gain him anything. Apart from blocking Kylo for a turn. Like, of course, Kylo might still fit, and then he can just barrel and boost straight past. Let's see. This is going to be quite close. If I'd have done the 2-bank... Yeah, there we go. Right, so we are going to barrel roll backwards, like so. Do the curvy boost. End up at range 1 of Sinker, and wave hello. I have 1 force for a focus. If he wants to shoot Kylo out the butt, go for it. Right, quick draw does the 3-bank. Let's just move his dials out the way a bit. So, the nice thing about this is that I can do one of these. So, quick draw is going to... Oh, it's being slow on me. Quick draw is going to lock and then rotate, but because Vassal is being slow, what's happened is that it viewed my typing as telling him to do things. So that's why that happened. It didn't read the fact that I'd unselected the ship. So, turret goes backwards, target lock goes onto number 2. Yeah, Vassal does that sometimes. If it's lagging and you still have the ship selected, then it will do that. So rotate quick draw, get that on there. I have the focus from Fanatical. So, out the butt. I think... that is just range 1. Nice. 3v2. 1 focus to a hit. Very nice. This is where quick draw really shines. He's actually better when he's lost his shields with Fanatical on. Surprisingly good. I'll take that. Angry draw. And he's got a really nice option for a hard 3 around the rock next turn. Ready to put some pain into Luminara. Probably just move the target lock there. Now this is where we get to see how sensible Shepard is. I feel like if this was me, I would take the rear dice shot onto Kylo instead of shooting at Tavson, because if he shoots at Tavson and does me any damage, then I'm going to do a target lock and maybe, oh my, wow. I mean, that was not very nice. Sure. So this is where Luminara is really good. I like that a lot. That's really, really cool. So Luminara, she's not as good at turning hits into focuses. It's an anti-juke, it doesn't work as well, but it does stop you from taking horrible crits at the wrong time. And realistically, I had a target lock and a single focus. I probably would have got 4 anyway. So just using Luminara to reduce that is quite nice. Maybe you would have wanted me to spend the focus and have Kylo defenseless for the shot back, but it's probably better to not take crits on Sinker. Right then. Now this is where this list starts to fall apart. It's a little bit broken up. Now the torrents are going to do a lot of damage here. Oh yeah, I keep on forgetting that Sinker is... I want him to give me stuff. Okay. I'm expecting to roll lots of blanks here because I just rolled fire. Ugh. Yeah, that feels bad because I didn't deserve it. I mean, with Kylo I deserve 4. Tavson maybe not, although admittedly he did roll a single hit last time, so we'll see. Oh man, that hurts bad. Right, so yeah, for those of you that aren't paying attention, that means that Sinker dies before all of his torrents shoot, and that means that I've basically just won the game. Because those torrents are going to bounce so hard off the side of Tavson, and I am going to jam the one that... Yeah. That was lucky. Yep. F for Republic? I mean, at this point, I'm just imagining sort of General Hux frothing at the mouth and that kind of thing. Either that or Kylo's screaming at Tavson on the radio saying, I want every gun I have to fire at that man. Well, oh god. Well, that hurts. Okay. So, run 1 dice, dodge 1. Tavson ability. Jam 3. Get rid of the focus. Yeah. That's BS. That's absolute BS. Yeah, take a reinforced token. Because that isn't broken in any way, shape or form. And I am down to no charge, but Tavson says... Bring it. Okay. Yeah, so I take, if I've got reinforce, I just take 1 damage at the minimum. So if it's a single hit, then I can't reduce it, but I can reduce it down to... Okay. I mean, Tavson is just rolling absolute fire, so... That's... Ah, that's interesting. So... I don't think it's going to make any difference. It might do. Yeah, so the reinforce did nothing. Cool. But that's fine. Reinforce was still the correct option there. God, that was mean. That's really mean. Yeah, that's yeah, that's a good point. You can see I don't play with gas clouds very often. Clouds turn blanks into evades. Yeah, that was a swing. I mean, he's definitely not out because he's got a lot of torrents on the table, but I can't see him doing too much damage. This is when the Republic really needs to push the advantage, though, because Quick Draw's out of position, and he can get behind Tavson. Now, the question is... I considered target locking that last round, because I can get the advanced lock for this turn. So, does Tavson stop? Hey, man. Good to see you. It's good to see people on. How are you guys doing? Yeah, now here's a question. Quick Draw is easy. That's Quick Draw. There we go. HP on Tavson, he has taken 3 shields, so he still has 9. Now that's the thing. So the one that Kylo Turley was running had 2 arcs and 4 torrents. Sinker and another arc. And it just chewed things down. It was very hard to kill him because he flew it as a block. Very much a Kyle Turley list, to be fair. He likes flying around in formation. Things just struggled to kill him in time. And he just made sure that he pointed everything in the right direction. With this, he split up his 3 attack dice. Luminara just is sitting there doing nothing this turn. Oh god, she's not got Delta 7. I just realised she's only a standard Jedi. I assumed that she was Delta 7. So yeah, only 1 ship with 3 attack dice. Which isn't good. So, yeah, I'm not sure what to do here. I think what we do is we actually... Yeah, Sinker was only a 3 attack dice ship, I've just realised this. I think Tavson goes to play with Luminara. Really? Yeah. Because I think Kylo goes and nukes a couple of torrents. Kylo's job right now is to kill this guy over here, number 2. That's what he's off to. Quick Draw goes around the rock. Tavson, 2 forwards, puts me there. The 4 forward with Kylo would still clear. Yeah, let's do that. So Tyler goes off to play with the torrents. Might as well do the 5 with the Kylo, I feel. Then I can barrel roll and get around. I'm expecting him to K-turn over the debris, over the gas cloud. So if I do the 5, I can roll, boost, get a shot on this guy. I didn't have to spend a 4, so I'm now back up to full force. Tavson is on 1 charge. Oh, that's the hull. There we go. So he's on 1 charge. Sorted. Got that fixed. If the torrents do talons, that is absolutely fine. Yeah. I mean, well, this guy can't do a Talon, this guy can't do a Talon, the two will just clip the edge. This guy will do a Talon, this guy will do a Talon, so that's fine. Because if they Talon, then Tavson still got shots in the back of them. So I feel like Tavson just does a... I kind of want him to clear and shoot Luminara. What's the range? Well, I get... Yeah, I'll coordinate quick draw here, that's fine. I can coordinate quick draw a... I mean, there isn't really any point of coordinating him. Let's just do one forwards. If Towson stays still, he stays still and shoots things. That's all he needs to do. Let's do that. So, sorted. Sorted. Looking at the Gold Squadron dial, they've got a 3k, a 2 Talon roll. 1 3k there, this 3k maybe. 2 Talon. 2 Talon. Yeah, that's fine. Which means that Kylo ends up over there. Just about. He should... Might do a 2 bank. I don't know, actually. No, you know what? Let's go aggressive with Mr. Wren. He's going to get gas clouds against most things. I don't think I'm going to get blocked there. Kylo's at full health and full force. If I put a range 1 Tavson and a range 1 Kylo into a torrent, that thing is going down, especially if it K-turns. So if number 1 decides to go aggressive, then he is in trouble. Okay. There's no sense trying to be careful with Kylo here. This is now a damage race. I'm winning the race. So just keep on being aggressive. Next turn, quick draw comes around the rock and nukes the snot out of number 2, or Luminara, whichever. Quick draw now is pretending he has expertise, but only on one focus. Yeah, this is no right situation. Let's update some points values. So number 2, sorry, I keep on forgetting to do this, but I am playing, so you'll have to forgive me. So he is down to 0. He is down to that. Tavson has that, quick draw has that, Kylo is still healthy, Luminara's on. I'll just leave the force for the moment, otherwise I'm going to be there all day. Cool, yep, all good. Right then, let's see what you got, beastie. Da 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 da. Right, I'm curious, where do we think these are going? Oh yeah, by the way, serious shout out to the guys on the Firecast, by the way. I'm probably stealing a bit of their limelight right now, so sorry Dom, sorry Nick. You should totally go watch them as well. They are great. Also, as a reminder, all of my videos are uploaded onto my YouTube channel afterwards. Just search Ollie_186 or 186, sorry, on the YouTubes. You'll find those there. Oh, he's town running left. Curious. Okay. That's a good move. I like that. Yep, that was the expected one. Yeah, so I'm going to crash into him. I'm only going to get shot by 2 torrents at range 2. This is acceptable. Okay, so set. So that clonks, that's fine. So he goes there. I don't think the barrel roll is going to fit on this one, unfortunately. I was hoping that it was going to. That's alright, I'll line up this guy. Right, so he's set there, just threatening Luminara. Ah, nice. Yeah, there's not going to be much shooting this town. What are you talking about, Spoko? Is this at Tavson or is this quick draw? Might actually get a range one shot at me there. We'll see. Right, so Kylo goes over there, and what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? If I barrel roll and then do that, it's not really good. If I roll over there, no. Kylo's definitely not gonna bump. If I'd have done the 5 forwards, then that would have been great because I could have 5 would have put me just about there. Should have cleared. Roll and boost and get over the top of this guy just to range one this one. It would have been glorious if it had worked, but oh well. If I roll and then curve, then I will get a range one on this guy. I'll be able to hard 2 around the asteroid next turn. I will get shot by these, but it might take some heat off these guys. He's got nothing. I'm just relying on force though, so really I think let's do this. Do one of those. And then lock. Because I think I have Monarch. I should do. So where's Kylo's target lock? Where's he gone? There it is. Boop. Boop. There we go. And then flies around the asteroid. Now this is a question. I think I'm going to focus. Normally I'd lock, but I don't think I'm in range. I don't think I might have a shot here. So I don't need to focus. I've got the evade, so I can move the arc and then take an evade. There we go. Because I'm going to get shot by this torrent, and I don't want quick draw to get roasted. So let's do that. I have the 3 fanatical focuses. Cool. So, BP. Yeah, so don't get anything. Might as well evade. And I do get the range 1. Apart from Kylo. I'm getting shot range 1 from this guy with hate active. I have 2 force points. It's not terrible. This guy isn't going to get the rock on me, but he's only range 2. This guy, I have a debris cloud, so I basically have old auto thrusters. He's absolutely fine. They have no modifications, so really it's only this one that's a threat. So we'll see what he can do. Essentially I only have 2 good shots on me. 1 3 dice, 1 2 dice. And I'm actually trying to reduce the shots on Tavson, which is why I've put Kylo there. I'm deliberately trying to bait him into spreading his fire across all of my ships. That's the idea. Yeah, I don't know. It's see, there we go. He does have a shot on quick draw, range 3. This is why we evaded. By the way, guys, what do you think of the dice? Do you like the dice there? Is that okay? Can you see them all right? Never actually asked that one before. This is why we take the evade. Quick draw uses up all the blanks before Kylo goes. Yeah, I just want to check. Good news. I never seem to use large lists, so they work quite well just sitting underneath mine. It's my opponents that get all of the stuff. 3 for 3 on Kylo. Yeah, that was lucky. No mods. Right, it's going to be this guy that does 2 damage. Although I think he's probably going to shoot Tavson. Probably. I feel like I shouldn't have stressed Kylo. Oh well, it's totally fine. Oh god. See, Sinker is really, really important. Really important. He takes a shot into Tavson here all day. There we go. Oh my god, what are these? Yeah. That really sucks for Shepard there. I feel for you, buddy. This just shows how important Sinker is, just getting those rerolls. He's really, really important. Yeah, that's the thing. It's the same as playing against the Howler on a Swarm. You destroy the thing that gives all of the ships the dice mods, and then like you've still got Kylo on the board. Kylo just slowly chews them down one by one by one. So I mean, I want to stop here, but also I want to kill Luminara. Choices. I feel like this guy's just going to do a 1 forwards. If I do a 3 forwards, I can jump over the top, but then Luminara just dodges me. How do I choose a list to commit to for half a year or so? By taking about a month to work it out. It takes me a while to work out a list. I go through quite a lengthy process. I'll fly a few different things, see what I like the feel of. Before I do that, I'll have a good sit down and have a look at what's out there. I'll have a look at the meta. So for example, right now, if I went to a big tournament, I would expect to see Phantoms, assuming extended right now. I made the Fang list for Hyperspace, but assuming extended. I'd expect to see Phantoms, I'd expect to see the Dreyer and Lox, I'd expect to see Handbrake Han. Just looking at, and Jedi as well. So just looking at those 4 lists, you need to have something that is maneuverable enough but has enough dice to take down Han. You need at least 4 ships in my mind. Rebel Beef, yeah, Rebel Beef's a big player. You need something that ideally can block, because Rebel Beef is a thing, because the locks are a thing. You need to deny them actions, ideally, and you need to be pretty good, either something that will be able to tear them apart from long range, piece by piece, which is aces, or you need to be able to have something that can outjoust them. So the Fangs can outjoust things, TIE Swarms can outjoust things, but then you look at the Phantoms. Phantoms will tear Rebel Beef to pieces, so I can't fly Beef because I will lose to Phantoms. I'll beat a lot of other things, but I'll lose to Phantoms. Also, Handbrake Han. Han will just fly circles around the Beef. So you need to have a manoeuvrable ship that is fast enough to catch Han, fast enough to deal with Phantoms, and get a good engagement on them, even with the decloaks. Basically force them to trade with you. You want to just trade Phantom for ship, because then you'll win, because you'll end up with a single duking Phantom, and then he won't do enough damage to you. And then against the Jedi, they're just a jack of all trades. They're really good, and like the Imperial Aces, so you need to be able to have a block of firepower that's enough to shoot them, or you need to have an initiative bid. So Phantoms and Han eat Rebel Beef for breakfast. Learn how to fly them, and they will chew them up and spit them out. So you need a list that can take on all 5 of those things, which means that's very hard. They've all got very different play styles. They fly very differently. So, I mean, even in hyperspace, same thing. So if you're looking for hyperspace, I'd recommend Fangs, because I love them. But also, I'd seriously recommend Jedi or Imperials, or a TIE Swarm. A TIE Swarm will nuke Rebel Beef. It will do the jousty thing better than it does. It's very, very good at killing Rebel Beef. Where's Towson going? I'm expecting a pair of 1 bank and a 2 bank from those guys. I don't really want to end up too close to them. I would like an action at some point in my life. Vader Mini Swarm is a very good list. It's a scary list. I like the Vader Mini. If you're looking at all of these things, you need to think about all of those factors. So I thought about all of those factors, and I thought, right, well, I'm really good at flying fangs. I flew fangs a lot in 1.0. So let's put Fen on the table, because he deals with a lot of the damage output that you need for killing phantoms and everything. And let's put Terok on the table, because he strips evade dice of phantoms. And he's also the same as Fen, he's maneuverable. And then I tried to put a third ship with it, couldn't find one. And I changed it around and fiddled over the course of a month, and chucked something out. Interesting, Vader Center and 2 bombers appeared in Slack as well. Dave Sutcliffe has been a big shouter of that one. He has been using them with proximity mines. I really like that list. It feels a lot like the 2 Jedi, but with slightly scarier torrents, because those things can... Yeah, prox mines are scary. So yeah, you've got a few options. But yeah, so basically, pick something that you think can deal with all those problems. You'll have to think about what list can do it. Once you've found a list that you think can deal with all those problems, then what you need to do is you need to practice it, you need to test it. Get as many games around against those lists as you can. So, Vader Centaur and 2 bombers. The problem you have playing against Rebel Beef is the bombers. They will die, and because they die, you're behind on points and then you lose. What you need to do is you need to keep the bombers alive, basically run them away, in my mind, and slowly plink, 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 plink with Vader and Centaur, and just halve a ship, and watch the Rebel player panic. Like yeah, halve one of his ships. It'll take a while, but you'll do it. And then you'll see him get really desperate. He'll fly through the asteroids, he'll mess up his formation, he'll chase the bombers, trying to kill the bombers, or he'll try and commit on one of your aces. At which point he'll split up, and you can jump on him, and you can finally kill him. Dealing with Rebel Beef means you have to be super patient, in my mind. With that list, anyway. How does TIE Swarm deal with reinforced ships, like Tavson? Don't hit it all in one place. TIE Swarm's great as a block, until you come up against something with reinforce. There is nothing wrong with flying your TIE Swarm out of formation. You've just got to get good with it. In terms of getting it all to hit one thing at once. If it depends what's with Tavson. The other thing is just don't shoot Tavson. If you're playing against my list right now, so Tavson, Quick Draw, Kylo, your first target should be Quick Draw. Just nuke him off the board. Ignore Tavson completely. Then you turn on Kylo. If you can ignore Tavson, you ignore Tavson. Like, just try and ignore him as long as humanly possible. Because then at the end of the game, you crash into the front of him, you K-turn over the top of him, and he's dead. He cannot do anything because, yeah, he sits there like the proverbial lemon and goes, I can't turn around, which is exactly what's happening here to me. You can see that Tavson is now stuck with all these torrents behind him. You just can't do anything, apart from point forwards and shoot things. So you need other ships alive to be able to do anything with Tavson. Which is fine. Like, at the moment, I'm not worried because Kylo is just going to eat up some torrents. He's actually going to crash and then just get shots into this guy, which is great because I'm probably going to initiative kill him. So yeah, if you really need to deal with Tavson, you don't deal with him from the front. Crash into him, force him to stress himself if you can, and then K-turn over the top, and yeah, just do that. Right. Where's Lumi going? No problem. If it's something I like doing, it's critiquing lists. Essentially, and this will come in really handy, think of what your opponent's ship... Like, if you come up against a list that you're really struggling with, think about what your opponent's list does well. What does that ship do really, really well? And don't let it do it. Tavson is great at jousting. He loves things shooting him while he's jousting because he gets all the actions. So don't joust him. Force him to go through rocks, get in the side of him, go over the top of him, and yeah, he can't do what he does. And it's fine if you crash into the back of him without any actions because then he's not shooting you. Right then, so I'm not scared of Luminara because, you know, she doesn't have a bullseye on me. So I feel like I just take an evade here, maybe. I mean, I don't want the range 1 torrent to shoot me. It's got 5 health. Oh, sorry. Should have done Kylo first. I didn't do him because he wasn't relevant. He's just going to sit there and shoot this guy at range 1. Right. Now we get some choices. The problem I have here, if I roll quick draw this way, then instead of getting 4 dice against this shot, he's going to get, like, yeah, he's going to get shot a lot. He's going to get shot by this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. That's a bad idea. If I roll this way, I'm going to give Luminara a bullseye. That's a really bad idea. I think I just evade. I sit pretty, hope my evade dice are good, and rely on Fanatical. Oh, he doesn't have CLT. Sorry. That's a good point. I should actually read my opponent's list. I just assumed that if you're running a Jedi, you run the bonus things because they're really bad if you don't have them. Do I just target lock them? Luminara is not scary. She's the thing that isn't scary in this list. If I barrel roll, I get away. I get into range 2s, and that's kind of what I want. Also gives me much better options for next turn, which is also good. So let's do that. I don't like not having defensive mods, but probably not getting shot twice is better than having defensive mods. Okay. I don't have a quick draw trigger. He doesn't have any shields because I lost them all in the first engagement. Cool. Right then. Pew. See if I can use up all of her force, shall we, before Towson shoots her in the face. That'll do. Right. Let's see what we got. Oh, sure. Set that to a focus. Fanatical back. Feel free to keep force. Yeah, that's the thing, like, you need to remember your opponent's triggers. Like, I'm just going to bump his shit back up to 2. He let me keep quick draw on the board at the start of the game. Like, let's not be mean. Doesn't he have another dice? Luminara doesn't. Luminara's got 3 evade, right? Yeah, Luminara has 1 more green. She's not getting any like thingamabobs. Reroll the blank, sir. There he goes. Save. All fine. Everything is good. Right. So alright, let's see what he's got back. Yeah, I feel like this game is basically over. It's just a matter of slowly chewing things now. Right, let's kill a torrent. That'll do. So, and I think this is actually the strength of the Republic list here. Is games going to time? Your opponent can't kill you fast enough. And if you can do enough damage in the first engagement, you kill an expensive ship, then he's always fighting back and trying to get you back. Right now, obviously, I'm up on points because I've killed a torrent, I've killed sinker. But if he kills quick draw here, then he doesn't have. If he kills quick draw on half Towson, he's doing well. So, if you're thinking of using something like this, if you're using something like the Republic list, identify what on your opponent's list you want to kill first. What is going to give you the most points? Maybe not necessarily the scariest thing, but if you're looking for time as a win condition, as opposed to winning on killing your opponent completely, then it's maybe not a bad shout. Okay. So 2v2 quick draw. Rolls those 2, takes 1. Oof. I was expecting that. Let's see what the others do. I'm kind of expecting quick draw to go down here. Like he's not in a good position. I really don't like quick draw. I really don't like him. Yeah, it's weird. Right, let's see what Angry Man has. 4v4. He's been doing pretty well so far with no dice, apart from the first turn. Hey, he has blank somehow. I was expecting that. Right then. Some of the 186 guys are watching the comparison between my stream here and the Gold Squadron podcast. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Gold Squadron podcast is doing well on the advertising. You go, guys. Uh-oh, quick draw might be dead here. Okay. Yep, poof. That's a dead draw. Right, for those of you wondering on points, you can see it on the screen. 59 to 79. It's a good thing I killed that torrent. Yeah, I really don't like quick draw. He doesn't pull his weight. He doesn't pull his weight. He's not as good as he used to be because you could just focus up and use focus for defense. Right, now life gets interesting. Okay, so I get 1 dice. I take 3 shields. Lock Luminara for a single charge. I think that's all I need to do here. And then I'll end up on 1 overall, and I'll get it back next turn. Because I regened it last time. I could have reinforced, but yeah, that's fine. So Tavson's now on half, which means I'm down on points. But that's okay, because Kylo's still fully healthy and is just about to murder some torrents. Right. So, Kylo does the 4K. I think. Yeah, Kylo does 4K. Just comes around the back. Tavson will stop and destroy whatever ends up in front of him, be that a torrent or something else. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, I'm curious about 2 shuttles, you know. 2 shuttles could be really good. Yeah, another Upsilon is just scary, but then you don't have anything that can turn around. See, I really, really like how many points did quick draw? He's 59. So, if I took hate off Kylo, ran him at 76, and then that gives me 62 points that I can fit in Scorch and something else that's 28. So I can fit in Scorch and initiative 1 tie. Because Scorch is amazing. He's really, really good. I'm just gonna go list building for a second now. Yasby. Where are we? So because I was looking at this ages ago. I was looking at trying to get Kylo to work with like 3 SFs, 3 FOs, and it was okay, but it was still a bit meh. But yeah, I'm curious. So you take an FO, you chuck in Scorch at 35, then you chuck in Tavson. 27 remaining. You just don't have quite enough points. I mean, the other option is that Tavson is just too good. I like Thanison, but Tavson is really good. I feel like Luminara can just get away here. So this guy's gonna... You know what? I think we're gonna start to turn the corner. I think we have to. Where's Lumi gonna go? If she does the hard one, barrel boost, she's screwed. If she does 2 bank, then I catch her with a 1 bank. Let's keep the stop. Nice. So for those of you paying attention, apparently Shepard's squad mate is on stream with Gold Squadron, so both of them are on. Yeah. Anakin, Padme, 2 handmaiden fits in the list. That could be really cool. Have we got the points? If Lumi goes 5, that's fine. Like, she just gets out of the way. There's no good way for these guys to get arcs unless they K-turn. I mean, I'm kind of expecting number 1 to K-turn, but I've just got to... Towson has to get behind things again. Like, that's the thing. Oh, you hope. There we go. Sorry, I missed the top line. Yeah. Yeah, I've been told I have to be quiet. I think Kate's upstairs just sleeping, so I shouldn't make too much noise. You get me talking nice quietly, British accent in your ears. Isn't that nice? Good way to spend a... Is it Saturday? Yeah, it's Saturday. Good way to spend Saturday. There we go. Yeah, every time I build an FO list, I'm just not inspired. Not really inspired. What is interesting, if you swap Kylo for Blackout, then you can fit some toys in. But I'm not sure. Force is really, really good, so it's probably not worth it. Although you can fit proton torpedoes and Kylo, and then have like a 15-point bid. I don't think it's good enough still. Yeah, every time I look at this, it's just not quite good enough. Not quite. It's tasty. Quick draw is definitely the best thing to put with these guys. I think maybe it might be worth going Blackout over Kylo and having more toys on quick draw, because quick draw feels like he needs all the toys to work. Oh, that guy is going to have a bad time. Well, that's the thing. I'm trying to think of what else does go in, because no, he crashes. Number 3 went kaboom boom. Undo. Number 3 crashed. Yeah, that's the thing. If quick draw is my jam, I really, really like the FOs, the basic FOs. I think Scorch is great. I actually quite like Longshot as well. So what I'd like to do is I would like to put Scorch and Longshot into a list. So if you go back to what I was building originally with the First Order, I had Kylo in the silencer. Then you put in, what we got? Scorch. You put in Longshot. And then you got 56 points, so you can't quite... Yeah, you can. So you run on 200 points, Scorch, Longshot, and 2 basic initiative ones. Which is okay, maybe? Possibly? It's just not amazing, really. It's just not... You look at those two FOs and go, those could be better. But then what also fits there is a basic shuttle. So if you wanted to, I know Towson's amazing, but you can fit Kylo, Scorch, Longshot, and a basic Initiative 1 shuttle, Initiative 2 shuttle, into one list on 200. No upgrades. Again, I'm counted 200, same as the Fangs, but I think it's good. Like, a basic shuttle is really, really scary. I might give it a try. Boop. I feel like it's better than Quick Draw. Because for what you gain with Tavson, I don't think it's enough. Whereas having 2 ships with 3 attack dice, if you get them right, is I think better than Quick Draw. I mean, the ideal would be you just have a basic Initiative 1 FO and Tavson, but it doesn't fit. And this is what I mean about, for you guys that were listening earlier, about finding a list that you fly for 6 months. This is the constant thing that I'm thinking about. You've got to think, okay, so what's better, what's better, what's better? How can you improve this list? In this game, Quick Draw was useless. So can I make him better, or can I replace him with something? Tavson was good. How often is his ability triggered? Once. Is that useful? Like, it's once where it's made a difference. So yeah, it's an interesting thought process that I like to go through with lists, and I think it's useful. It's a good way of getting it out. Right then, I don't think Kylo's got range 1 here, but we'll see. Oh, this is for fun. This would be as a possibility of looking into the future if the Fangs get nuked, something that I could take instead. So, yeah, we'll see. Oh, man. I tell you what, Kylo's been rolling well this game. I don't think the Fangs get nuked yet. I'm a little bit concerned about hyenas with Trajectory Simulator, though. Because for those of you that haven't worked out, hyena bombers with those big bombs, plus energy shell droids, there's a list of things that Fangs don't like, and that is right at the top of the list. Or just proton bombs, like, I'm not picky. Go on, spend both charges. You cannot launch a mine. That was already covered. Oh, okay. He spent both charges. That's a thing that just happened. Sure. I am very happy to take a hit there. Because he now has no defense. I'm fairly sure I'm not lying there. I'm reasonably certain that you can't do that. Right, let's blow up a Jedi, shall we? Target lock, that's not bad. That is average. Oh, so see, I don't. Damn it, only one. I don't pay attention to new cards. That would be why. Am I worried? I mean, we had to play against it when you had what's his face everywhere, Nim in 1.0. So, I mean, you can probably get used to it. He's got to think hard. It's going to be annoying, but I think it's winnable. I mean, the main issue, I feel, is just the proton bombs, because Fangs hates critical hits, like really bad. That's not very nice. I don't like crits. Ugh, I really don't like crits. Right, let's actually put cards on. So 1, 2, 3 on quick draw, 1 on Towson, and then a crit. Fuel leak, of course. So stunned pilot, followed by the extra hit for the fuel leak. Towson isn't in a good way. I feel like I'm going to get initiative killed next turn by Luminara. No, nothing loves bombs. Towson can just leverage them more than other people. I mean, CIS didn't really need help against the TIE Swarm. They outjoust it with energy shells. That is the general summary of that one. Right then, Kylo versus the world. He should be absolutely fine here. This guy dies. This guy probably won't be able to shoot me. I don't think. I imagine he might K-turn. Where's Luminara going? I expect Luminara to sloop over there. So 1 bank should be fine. Unless he blocks me, which he's probably going to block me unless he K-turns. Lots of choices. Lots of choices. You know what? I'm gonna do something stupid. Am I? Yeah. Kylo's got this. I'd like one more shot from Towson before he dies. Let's do let's do that. I mean, really, I want Towson to clear his stress, so let's try that. Kylo's just going to do 2 forwards and start cleaning up torrents. He's just about to do some very bad things. Yeah, I was going to put a hard 2 in, but I can't risk landing on the rock. Yeah, not a terrible situation. I mean, fully healthy Kylo. Let's just check points values again. You've got... What have you got here? As soon as I kill... If I lose Towson, then I've got to kill 121. So that's just a single torrent. Yeah, and then Kylo's winning on points. Or I just put a single damage into... So basically, if I kill this torrent in front of me, this guy here, number 3, who's dying next turn, I then put a single point of damage to Luminara, I'm up on points again. So, yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. Interesting list, though. I'm still not sure I like the shuttle all that much, but it's a really good distraction piece. It's a really good distraction piece. I think for what you get from around 56 points worth of ship is really, really good. It's really good. I really want to try now the Scorch Longshot and a standard shuttle instead of Towson. Because I think, yeah, they're better. But I have a massive Hadron for Scorch. Those of you paying attention, that was a physics joke. Alright, let's see what he's got. Yep, does the K-turn. Ah, nice. Should have just gone one forwards, obviously. Where is this guy going then? That was poorly planned. Is one way of putting it. Okay, it's not awful. So, donk. Tavson clears his stress, goes over there. Kylo, just make sure he goes back up to full force. Because he's angry. Tavson, get rid of that. Tavson goes up to full charges. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Yeah. Let's see where Lumi's gone. Yeah, it was. I knew I should have done the too hard, because I would have just crashed into this guy and then probably would have got shots on Luminara. Meh. Is what it is. Okay, so Kylo, 2 forwards. Now, do I get greedy? I think the answer is no. We lock Torrent 3. And do the boosty thing. Or do we actually? Because I can totally kill him at range 2. So I just put a target lock onto this dude. The reason I'm doing this, as an explanation, is it gives me way better options to murder Luminara next turn. And with a focus and target lock, I have a really good shout at killing this guy anyway. I don't need range 1. So, yeah. I mean, he's dead. We've got enough dice. So, he goes down. There is nowhere Luminara can go to block me next turn if I do a 2 bank, because both of his torrents are stressed. There is nowhere they can go to get good shots on me next turn. So essentially all I'm doing here is just guaranteeing myself a really good shot into one of his ships, no matter what happens for next turn, with no consequences on my end, which is a good thing. So 104 points right now. If he kills Tavson, he's going to go to 121. Okay, Tavson says, "Hey, squiggle." I think I have to take a focus here. Because it gives me the best way of surviving. So take a focus. There we go. I can't take an evade, so we'll take a focus. Could coordinate Kylo, but I think it's better to focus. Might keep him alive for another turn, and that will really mess up his formation, because I'll just stay still. Out of interest, if I was going to coordinate Kylo, I'd coordinate the barrel roll after focus, because he already locked. Yeah, so I just barrel roll him up this way. But you don't really need to. It's much better to try and keep him alive. Ah, well. Right, this is going to get interesting. 2 banks, barrel roll, he can't turn round. Okay. this is where the fun begins. Okay, prime target here. There isn't a prime target, just whoever ends up in front of me. It's really, really close in terms of points, so I just need to kill something and get it down. Show. Where's my Tapson dial? That goes back there. Kylo is going to do a 2-bank because that allows barrel things. Yeah, as Shep is just saying here, that in a timed game, this would be getting close to time, and it's going to get quite interesting if this was a time game. As this is just on Vassal, then yeah. Nom 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 nom. Also, shout out once again for the Gold Squadron podcast. They are playing right now, but also they are fundraising, or the US team is fundraising for the XTC, which, if you don't know what it is the X-Wing Team Championships. Has replaced the ETC, which some of you guys might know from Warhammer. There are presently 20 countries that will be attending, which is incredible. 20 teams, 5 players each, 1 team from each country, and I'm captain of Team England, so yeah, it's going to be amazing. And the Minox, the Gold Squadron podcast, Richard Sue, who everyone knows who he is, they're all coming over to challenge Europe. So, you know, if you guys want to, you can put some money towards them, or just watch them fail. Let's get the trash talking in early. Yeah, so the Torrents killed Tavson, but that's okay because Kylo is just about to get very angry. If I'd have done a hard 2, then Tavson would have got a range 1 shot on Luminara before he died. So now this is the fun thing. So teams with more than 3 factions. A player has a different faction. You can choose whatever faction you like, as long as you don't have more than 1 player on 1 faction. So that means you can get a lot of variation. Obviously, there are now 7 factions, so you get to choose what you want to put in your team, which makes team comps very, very interesting. The other thing is the pairing process. So the process that is going to be happening is an attacker and a defender system. So both teams at the same time, hidden from each other. I thought so, Rick. Hidden from each other, put up a defender. That defender then gets passed over to your opponent's team. Your opponent's team gets to pick 2 players that could attack that defender. So 2 players that could match into that defender. That then gets passed back to your team. So you have to choose out of those 2 players your opponent gave you, who do you want to get to play the person you put up as a defender. They could give him 2 hard counters. So if your opponent's team has built a really good team, has coordinated the team well, then yeah, they could be able to put 2 complete counters into your list, which means you have to be careful what you put into your team. The team that you put up as a defender has to be pretty damn strong and solid, and it means that yeah, you got to be very, very careful. Right, let's get angry. We're just going to lock up Luminara and see if we can take her off the board. And that process continues. So that goes on once. You get 2 matchups because you're doing it simultaneously. Then once that happens, the player that wasn't picked goes back in, so you have 3 players remaining. You do the process 1 more time and you get the remaining 2 pairings, and then the 2 players that are left over get paired against each other for the final game. So that's how you do the pairing system. I'm actually going to be doing a video on my channel. I'll probably get the GoPro out, upload it, showing you exactly how that works. It's a bit complex, but it's a really, really good system. Let's murder Luminara, shall we? 4v3 into Luminara. Okay. Now, just clarifying here, he has to spend his Luminara ability before I modify any of my dice. So he's going to do that. He's saving one of his force for defense. Because I can only modify 2, I only have 2 force. Now, I've done the odds on this, I only reroll 1 dice here. Unfortunate, but that is what it is. If I wanted to be a lot more defensive, then I would have rerolled all 3 of them and just used the target lock. Hey! We like the subs. Thank you. Come on. Oh well, got half points. That's okay. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that was the correct decision. He needs to do 3 damage to me to halve me. I've halved him, so I'm winning. That's a very good question. Again, with you guys actually paying attention to the rules. God. It's almost as if I'm really bad at this game. So, hilariously enough, it doesn't actually change anything, because yeah, so 2 hits, 2 focus. I spend both force. Right, let's reset this. Sorry, Jay, I will read your thing in a second. So it ends up with the same result. You can see why in the chat, just on the left-hand side there. I explained it all to him. So this is exactly how I was hoping to wind down in bed on Saturday night. Listen to Oliver Potnell patiently explain tournament regulations on the internet. Hi, Kate. This is Jesper's Kate, by the way. Really confusing. Both of us have the... Well, hey, he's one up me. Congratulations, Kate. You're now a wife and not a girlfriend. My Kate is apparently still a girlfriend. So there we go. Hey, Kate. Hope you're enjoying Sweden, etc. Ugh. God damn it. That's quite frustrating. Oh well. Hey. Well, that was... yeah, that was a bit boring, if I'm honest. Nothing really happened there. Importantly, what can happen now is that I can do a talent rolly thing if I want to. Question is, do I want to? It keeps the heat on Luminara, but Luminara has... So, Luminara has no force left. So she'll have 1 force now. He's going to talent roll to there. So if I K-turn, I'll be out of his arc. Hate brings me up to full. I forgot the upgrade because I'm an idiot. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of triggers to remember in this list. First time I've flown it is entertaining. Right, what I'm thinking here is that if I know that this dude is going to do a town roll, which is pretty much his only move, then I can 3-bank, target lock and boost and get a range 1 shot into him, and then kill him next turn. Equivalent time mark in a real game, my opponent's playing quite slow, so I feel like he would have been playing faster in a real game. This would be reasonably close to the end of the game. You'd be looking at about 5 minutes to go, maybe. It depends how quickly you play. I mean, we haven't played that many turns. I can probably work it out. 1 second. So 1 crash, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like maybe 10 turns in. Most of my games normally go to about 13 maybe. As most people know, I'm quite a slow player. I think a lot about my games. This list doesn't require much thinking though, so maybe it'll go faster. Depends how fast your opponent sets his dials. So yeah, to give you an idea, I should have kept a turn timer. That would have been a good idea. I tend not to keep an actual timer on Vassal because if, like, say for example I was playing someone like Phil GC who plays a lot online, or Christopher Bengtson, they know exactly what they're doing. Like me, they can play fast. So we can get a game done faster than we would on the table because the moves are automatic. But 2-bank or 3-bank? 3-bank puts me there, boost puts me in, yeah, 3-bank. Whereas, yeah, playing this, I'm chatting to you guys, I'd be playing a lot faster if my opponent was playing faster. I'm basically just working out my moves and then talking until he's got his dials down. Yeah, double infiltrators is a lot. By the way, Jesper, how did you find the double infiltrators? Because Jesper posted online that he was doing double infills. Oh, that's interesting. Decided to not do the talon roll. That surprises me. Curious. Okay, that's absolutely fine for me. He keeps on stressing himself out. I will just tuck in behind him. At range 2, he then does a 2-bank and a roll. He can't catch me. Where's Luminara going? Yeah, I really struggled. I've flown Maul in 1 game so far, and I don't like him. I love the droids. The droids are really, really fun. Like, really fun. See, this is where I wonder whether Shepard is listening to my stream. Because a 4K, which I feel like was the obvious move, would have just put Luminara right at range 1 of Cardo there. So, hey. If you are, you naughty boy, you shouldn't. This is Vassal. So, in real life, I would boost up this way and barrel roll, but because this is Vassal, I want this game to end fast. We're going to do this and just get range 1. Because we can. Cool. Zoomy zoom. Yeah, lots of interactions. It is very much a mechanics list. You do all of the things. That should be range 1. Nice. My eye is still working. Kylo's pretty angry. Hate is working. Yeah, so it's a lot of interactions for that double infiltrator list. 2 hits on the torrent. I mean, that was completely the wrong thing to do, by the way, for any of you watching, because now he can just 2-bank and block me, but it was fun, so I decided to do it. Yeah, I mean, at this point I'm just playing with him. I'm up on points. Probably, maybe. I don't think I am actually up on points. Oh no, I am, because I have Luminara. There we go. Boop. Yeah, by 5 points up. Everything's fine. Cardo says into an evade. Force. Right. He is going to do a 2-bank and a barrel roll. I have to come around this way, so we're going to go that way. Yeah, that's the best move. Boop. Yeah. I don't know, I like the two infiltrators, and I've played against it a couple of times. It is really scary, but it definitely requires a certain mindset. Not sure I'm the more +5. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think you one way or the other. I really want to try the 8 vultures. I don't want to buy 8 vultures though. Like, I can do it on here. It just seems terrifying. Like, I keep on saying on my streams about people not being used to playing against swarms. It is a definite factor. But if you put 8 ships on the table that have 3 attack dice, your opponent is scary. But your opponent is scared. Like, most people have not played against the swarm in a while. On the same side of the coin, I think a lot of people are just unprepared to play against the swarm. It's a tough list. Okay. Yeah, it's a good list. Yeah, that's why I love the fangs. Yeah, there we go. Same principle. Same principle. Does the hard 2, blocks me out anyway. Gives him good options as well if he wants to turn in on me. Basically, if I turned to the left, he would have had a really good shot on me. I would have been forced to nope out. As it is, something to be said as well, if you guys are playing on the table, for giving stuff away. A lot of people, as soon as he turned that way with the torrent, would have like fist bumped or something because they know that Carter's gone the other way, even before Luminara has done her move. You're giving your opponent free information. If you're making it clear that you're happy with that maneuver, he knows that you're not going to be there, or you're going to do something that is beneficial for you. There is a definite poker aspect to playing X-Wing. So you have to be careful and make sure that you don't give away too much when you play. It's very important. Okay, I never spent that, so I'll just sit there with that and set. Dials. I'm playing fast now. Like, you can see with a single ship on the board, I know exactly what I'm going to do. This is the speed that you can play. Like, again, if you're playing someone like Phil, you can get 5 turns down in under 2 minutes on Vassal. It's great. How do you start with infiltration to step up an opening? Yeah, Jesper has only just picked these up. With the double infills, I feel like you want, like, Dooku is the blocker, who then K turns over the top because he's got the decloaks, and then he can take a shot. He can recloak if you want him to. The other option that you have with them is if you load them up both with proton torpedoes. Dooku actually comes in second, so you chuck out the droids, you get them moving, and then you get the double proton torp, which is amazing, by the way. I think that's the best version. That's my opinion on it anyway. Oof, nice. Yeah, I would listen to Pink Viking over me because, you know, he's actually playing with them. Oh, God. Torrent just critting itself on an asteroid. Yeah, I don't know, like, playing against it, I found that the double torps were terrifying. It's really, really nasty. Don't like it at all. Playing with it, I mean, I've only played with Maul so far, and I found that if you get him too far forwards, he doesn't work very well. He quite likes being at the back. Yeah. See, I don't know, I take that with a pinch of salt because it's Duncan Howard. He's a very good player. I tell you what, that is something I'm looking forward to on the XTC. I think Duncan is coming over to play in the XTC, so I would really like to play against him. Tyler Tippett too. I'm really looking forward to meeting and talking to Tyler Tippett. I really respect him as a person. He's not afraid to put his opinions online too. I've had a couple of good arguments with him. Really nice guy. All right. Talon roll. We'll go backwards. Backwards. I have force. This is fine. Okay. I believe this is where we have a slap fight and do no damage. So, there is no point in shooting Luminara here, I think. I'm going to shoot Torrent because it's 4 dice on either and the Torrent doesn't have a focus. And I got lucky. Nice. Also, if I do 1 damage to the Torrent, then I'm again upping my points. There we go, gets the crit. So always think about, especially if this is close to the end of the game, like what is going to make you win. Killing Torrents is going to make you win. Fuel leaks are good. We like fuel leaks. Cool. I'm really excited for next turn. We can do something stupid. This is going to be great. Yeah, this is the point in the game that I'm not paying attention. Let's see what Luminara's got. I mean, to be fair, she should do 2 damage here. I might actually take a damage. In which case I might have to change my move for next turn. But oh god. Back up to 2 force. Yeah. I'm really curious to see what comes out of UK Nationals, actually. The UK Nationals being quite soon. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. There is, I'm really sad about it being extended. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. I think they could have made it really, really good to have a Nationals at hyperspace level, like having, like, because there's 250 tickets. I think if it's still hyperspace, you'd sell most of those. I am taking the Fangs. I haven't practiced this enough. I mean, this is my first game with it. I'm just going to go, you know what, at some point you've got to play matchup bingo, and as long as I don't have to play Farn in round 5 or 6 again, which is why I got knocked out of Yavin, then yeah, I think stick with what I know. It's still not got many weaknesses. It's still a really good list, so yeah, why not? I think do it. I think let's see if I can get through, because as well as that, I really want to break people. Like I want to win a national with Fangs. So without being too cocky, I think if I get the matchups, I can do it. I haven't lost a game on Vassal with them in a while. I lost 1 game at Nationals to a Ghost when it one-shotted one of my Fangs fully healthy at range 3 with no mods. And then I lost a Farn essentially playing a hard counter to my list, and it was still a really close game. So yeah, I think we've got a chance. Right. I'm going to do the stupid. Let's see if the stupid works. Let's have some fun. For those of you that... normally I wouldn't do this. Normally I would do a 2-bank and just shoot that Torrent. But I'm really hoping that the 5 forward goes over the top of him, and then I get to shoot the guy on 4 health. So, we'll see. I don't think it does. I think I'm going to land on a rock, but it'll make it more entertaining. Oh god, why didn't I do the 2-bank? Why? I don't like, the 2-bank was the sensible move here, and it would have just allowed me to nuke Luminara. So Oh my god, it fits. That's amazing. That is actually amazing. I'm quite happy with that. Totally fine. No regrets. Right. Clears the stress as well. 4v2. I was hoping he'd take a damage and I could one-shot him. That'll do. That'll do. So again, like, I would totally be playing for time here. I would just run away. There's no sense in losing. I don't need any more MOV. I've got enough. But yeah, that's no fun. What's the crit? Go on, direct hit. Direct hit. Let's see it. Oh, weapons failure. That's good enough. I'm giving him a chance. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because so in response to Jesper as well, I would love to take Fen and Terok still. And I'm seriously looking at Fen, Terok and Asajj, or Fen, Terok and Ketsu, which I've been looking at for a long time. Looking at Old Para taking Talonbane, Terok and Ketsu with force points was really interesting. Fun. Yeah, that was really interesting. Old Para's list, and I think a better version of it is with those two. Oh, bugger! God damn it! Oh, at least I got my force back. Nope, that is the wrong way. Okay, and 2 force. Yeah, that's why I found the what was it? Yeah, I couldn't find anything good to pair with Fen and Terok. I think you made the correct decision that Forlom is the correct third ship. But yeah, I agree with you. It was just really tricky to find GST number 1. So he's now on a single hull. So everything's on fire. Everything is fine. Right, let's just one-shot Luminara. I think that's the way to go. Yeah, I really like Forlom, but he just doesn't have enough against stuff like Fatan and Phantoms and stuff. Yeah, very good tips, Pink Viking. It's good. So one thing I've seen people do is stay in cloak with Dooku all the time, but then it's really easy for your opponent to block. So you've got to be careful. Opening salvo is the most important for those infiltrators. You want to get the double torps off, really. Dooku Maul and Grievous is really, really good, by the way, Rick. I'm scared of it. I played it once online and got, frankly, lucky on dice. I killed them all in like 2 turns. And then I could mop up a little bit, but it's really tough to kill. It's really tough to kill. Right, calling moves, that's going to be a 3k, that's going to be a 2 town roll, that's going to be a 1 bank. Yeah, 1 bank. There's the talon roll. Oh, he went that way. Wrong way. Yeah, that's why you go for the K-turn. Yeah, so Viking, that's what I've done in every single game that I've played. I've just gone for Maul first, kill him as quickly as possible, and then you pick on the one with the... you pick on that later. Also, for those of you that care, one of my friends is having a wedding who's presently the DM for my D&D group, and there is a conversation going on in our D&D chat about basically Dungeons and Dragons bow ties. So yeah, today's a good day. Right, blaze of no consequences at all. Okay. Right, sorry, I was paying attention there, trying to work out why it was doing that. Unsure still. That is a bug for MOAR. Right. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, hot red dice. I think we can call it there. That was good. That was a fun game. Right. What I'll do is I'm going to stop the recording here, but we're going to carry on streaming because I feel like it'd be rude not to have another game. I reckon we can find one. By the way, if any of you guys fancy a game, maybe we can get Mr. Cormac Higgins on for an actual League game and see me playing a bit more seriously. Yeah, it was really cool to see the Republic in action. Really, really cool. So yeah, just summary on this game. It was what went well for me. He split up his ships on the first engagement because he was forcing Sinker to get shots. He had to split his fire in between Quickdraw and Tavson. If everything engaged, including Luminara and Sinker, onto Quickdraw, he could have killed him in a round, and then he can get onto Tavson. So if you're listening to this after the point, Shepard, that's what I would recommend for you. That would be my piece of advice. Always good to make sure you focus fire. Right then. So there isn't actually anyone around who is looking for a game right now, but I'm going to see if Cormac's about, and if he's up for a game. You never know. In the meantime, let's put this on the AFK stream. Whee! 186 Squadron X-Wing will be back. I'm still talking. It's fine. and stop recording.